Well, what have we here? Thank you, Amazon. You weren't supposed to be here till Thursday, but you're here today. Yay. Good, because I've run out of things to do this week because I have a whole bunch of travel planned at the end of the week. So look what I got here. So this is the Novamesh SE 2.0. Now it's like I paid $60 for this thing on Amazon. And why have I gotten it? Well, it's to replace my AI powerhouse down here. This case that I'm just not a big fan of anymore. So you're going to get to see Uncle Joe build his AI slash gaming rig powerhouse into a new case with lots of flashy, blingy LEDs and all this other neat stuff that all the cool kids are using. So, welcome to the jungle. I'll get started, and you can watch me build it, and then we can run some tests on it, and we'll see how I like it. According to this, it has a front panel, dust filter, tempered side glass panel, a side panel, modular hard drive tray, and an SSD HDD plate. So, yeah, lots of stuff for this old dog to learn new tricks. All right, well, I'm genuinely excited about a case. Wow, of all things. So there's tempered glass. It's on actual hinges. Wow. It's I'm just doing a visual inspection now. My understanding is this all comes off, yes. And there is room for your radiators up there if you're so inclined. Not a big fan of these on the top, and here's why. Because, so, top mounted USB, and I would have preferred it be down here, but like this one is, but it is what it is, and I can take precautions. And then this front cover, I have no idea how this comes off. I guess I should probably read the instructions, but I can't get to the instructions because they're inside something I don't know how to open. Oh, there's some tape here. Perhaps that has something to do with it. I assume. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out. But it's pretty. It's white. It's got these LED fans. I'll never have a radiator or anything in here. And but hopefully, yeah, it'll all come apart and I can service it. And I can put my my guts from my old PC into it, and yeah, and I believe it doesn't have a removable bezel to go around the power supply, but it does have a screw cover for these expansion cards. It's got a fan here. It's got a bunch of fans in the front, so I should get really good airflow. Because keep in mind, this is going to be running dual video cards in here. So it looks like everything's good. So I'm going to need to go get a large bathroom towel and lay it down on this bathroom towel in order to work on it on the bench, because I don't want to scratch it up. It's pretty. So yeah, let me get some stuff out of the way and then we'll go get it. right, so some progress is being made. I've got, I got the board in. I got some wires connected up. Got cables coming up through the back. I got these for the video. And then I got this little thing here that goes to the little, I guess, fan controller in the back. Fan slash LED controller. Yeah, that connects up through here. So I guess that I plug that connector into a PWM fan header. And then this one, I just guess it needs SATA power. So one of these controls the lights, and one of these controls the fans. Now I thought the fans up front lit up too. I guess they do, because there's 4 power leads and 4 LED leads. So I'll figure this out. I'm gonna get everything else. I've still got to mount the hard drive on here, and it goes down here. But I'm waiting because I don't know if I'm gonna need any more power supply cables down there. It's a modular power supply. Thank you, Medicare, for the donation. And yeah, I know black and white, but it's okay. It'll work. So I've got that, and then I've got to put the hard drive back in, and then my 2 video cards. So onward we go. So that's about as good as this old guy is going to do with the side panel. I got everything tied up neatly. I did leave one cable free here, and that is the one that you feed the LEDs with, because I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll tuck it away somewhere later, but I got everything up out of the way. I got the hard drive mounted in there. I've got the SATA cable, the power cable in, and yeah, so it looks like this cover should go on with no problems, hopefully. If so, then I can move some stuff around, but it looks like it's ready. I've got all my cables in. Got my video cards in. The power cables are in for it. Thing looks good. Like I said, this is laying up front, but we won't just pretend you didn't see that. And yeah, here we go. So, should we be able to turn it on, perhaps? Plug it into a monitor. I think it's that one. And plug this Logitech wireless dongle in here. And get my wireless keyboard ready to go. Make sure it's turned on. Put that on the top. See, we're gonna need network connectivity. Where's my network cable? Believe it, I can't find my network cable. It's buried there. There it is. The network cable. Plug that in. And then the power is off. Turn that on. Okay, no explosions, no fires. Alright, let's press the power button, and would you look at that? Woohoo! I'm somebody. I got bling. Well, folks, it lives, and it has bling. I hope everybody's happy. And yeah, it's a really nice case, I gotta admit. I'm really quite impressed with how it turned out. And I really couldn't give a rat's ass about LED or bling, but why not make it look pretty? You know, if it's going to be a powerhouse gaming machine slash AI machine slash, you know, pig, then why not make it look pretty? So, I know some of you out there will say, Joe, get a white power supply. And I say to you, no, I will not do that. I will use what I have. This is a perfectly good and donated power supply from a subscriber. So it has more meaning to me than anything that might color match. So again, I could lay a towel or something up here that'll protect it, or I could, I don't know. We'll figure something out. And the lights are changeable. You just press this button up here, and then you can change the pattern, make it look like anything you want. We'll go ahead and put it on rainbow mode. It's a little bit brighter. I have a feeling that most of the time I will have these lights off. I don't believe this machine will be running 24 hours a day, or maybe I'll put it into hibernation mode when I'm not using it. But I got to tell you, that is a very nice case. It's well built. The metal on the back, it's kind of flexy, movie. It's not the most. It's a $50 case, a $60 case. So what do you expect, right? But it gets the job done, and I like that I can mount my 3.5-inch drive here. I can mount a couple of SSDs here if I need to. It's got plenty of room. The only thing it doesn't have is a way to mount like an optical drive. But who's using optical drives besides yours truly, right? Not many. So there it is in all of its blinged out glory. I'm going to go ahead and put the covers back in now that it's booted up and passed the old Unky Joe test, and then I will show you what it looks like and ready to go. And one thing I just want to point out to you, look at this. So these are the thumb screws on the back, and look how they put little neoprene or plastic washers in there. And you take these out, and these stay in place so you don't lose the screw. It's the little things in life that really I think we don't appreciate. So the case is very well made. I'm very, very impressed with it. It's got that removable filter, so if you got a radiator up here or whatever, it looks nice, other than my pet peeve about these being on there. But I understand why they do it, because it detracts from the look of the front of this thing. And then this is a tempered glass panel, and so it's just really easy. You have two hinges you slide on, and then at any point you can open it up and jump inside if you need to and hide from the authorities. So let's see if I can do the next part without totally screwing this up, and that is to pull the protective layer off. Oh yeah, it's like pulling a scab. Remember the joy of picking your scabs when you were a kid? I know, it can. Ooh, door keeps opening. I'm doing it one-handed. Now that I'm tearing this off, I want to pull it on the floor. It now becomes it survived the fall. It becomes a magnet for fingerprints now. So I got to remember too late, not to touch it. But yeah, I've never had anything this nice as far as the case goes, other than the old Antec cases I have right down here. So I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to finally get one of these. Now let's get it put in place and put this sumbitch to work. All right, boys and girls, so here she is, back up and running, and I've got all my software loaded onto here that I want to use, and it's a lovely backdrop. But let's just get a brief history of this machine. This is a Intel Core i5-10400 CPU, 64 lovely gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, I believe. It's got a SATA hard drive. This is the Western Digital 4 terabyte. That is for our games. This is the NVMe SSD, a 2 terabyte drive. We have a gigabit Ethernet card in here, or is that a 10 gig? No, I think it's just 1 gig. I'm not quite sure. Find out. And then our two lovely GPUs in here. So we got actually 3 if you count the one on the Intel i5 CPU. But we have 2 NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060s in here. They're running great. And I've done this a couple of different ways. So You can run LM Studio, which is a native Windows app for the AI stuff, or you do like I've done, which is to just run Olama for Windows here, and it's just it's just kind of sitting there and serving as a server right there. But then you need something like Open Web to connect to it. Now, just so we're clear, I have Open Web running on another virtual machine, and that machine is actually an Open Web UI LXC container. So this is from one of the helper scripts for Proxmox. Again, Proxmox, all the things, folks. And it just is a front end for Olama. And it's a front end for any Olama, whether it runs under Windows or on a Linux machine. The beauty of Open Web is that you can point it to any number of servers running Olama or other connectors for large language models. So you basically go out here and you set this up, and it creates an instance of Open Web on here. And the IP address is 5.64. So if I go to 5.64, as you'll see here on port 8080, there's my connection to the interface. And you see, I've been busy. Yeah, we had a toilet issue the other day. But if you come over here to my little icon and go to admin panel, this is where all the magic happens. So again, this is one component. Olama is another component, and it's running under a Windows machine, on the machine specifically right behind me. See her in all her luscious glory or not. But here's where the magic's done. So if we go under settings and go to connections, this is the one you need to be aware of. So this is the IP address of my Windows machine behind me that's running Olama for Windows. And this is the default port that it uses. If you got those set up right, you can, click on Manage, or you can click on the gear icon, and you can click on this Verify Connection here. And boom, server connection verified. And then save it if you want to. And then it can connect seamlessly. So here's all the models I've downloaded. They're not stored on Open Web UI. They're stored on my Windows machine back here. Let me show you. They're stored back here on a folder, I believe, called Olama Models. And there they are. There's the models. And they give them their own name. They're called blobs. But those are the models. As you can see, those big files is 7 terabytes, gigabytes, whatever it is, et cetera, 7 gigabytes, 39 gigabytes. It's a big file. That's how Olama connects with Open Web UI. So again, we're running dissimilar systems. I got a Linux container running and connecting to my Windows machine, and then connecting back to my local machine here to give me the browser experience. And then, just like anything else, I have a chat window, and I get really, really good speeds on these chats. So I am fine. How are you? See if it responds. Now again, the model hasn't been loaded for a while, so it's probably good. Oh, no, it came right up. There you go. And we're getting a response token of 137.68 tokens per second. Okay, let's go actually to, let's go to a new chat, and we'll go to my current favorite model and ask it, are you available? And let's see what kind of an impact that has. So you can see over here on Hal-9000, which is where Olama is running, that's where all the work is done, is making good use of both of those video cards, split the load up between them automatically. I didn't have to do anything. I just installed Olama, These are the out-of-the-box settings, and it works. And we're getting, really good prompts. 61.84. Let's see. Tell me about Nikola Tesla. If I spelled that right. If I didn't, forgive me, Nikola. Okay, cool. And, one thing about this OSS model is it loves to do charts. It loves to do them. That's pretty cool, though. And it's pretty quick. We're getting really good speed, and that is the goal. So each one of those cards cost me roughly about $225. And I had the other components laying around. They're not that old. Or the motherboard's 2 or 3 years old. It used to be my daily driver. And then I went to the 11th gen here on my desk. So why not put those video cards back to good use? And yeah, it's just amazing today what you can do with open source software, the kind of response tokens we can get on these large language models. And, if I want to, I have the ability just to flip to the machine, run LM Studio, and have that as an option as well. So, yeah, it's like the best of all the worlds, And now, in addition to the fact that this thing can do gaming, and I mean, even, I would probably need one better video card to do some of the modern titles, but I'm not interested in any of those. Everything I want to play is 5 years old or older, or, actually really old stuff like Nintendo, which I've got a machine to run that on. But this is my gaming unit for when I feel like gaming. It's my AI generation unit. It's hosting Olama for me, and it can run LM Studio, so I can run native Windows apps and have direct access to the video cards without having to go through an abstraction layer, through virtualization as well. And yeah, it just works, folks. I mean, what can I tell you? And it looks beautiful, as you can see. And it's the first time I built anything that pretty. So, I'm going to treasure it, because it's my precious. But yeah, we'll do updates on this machine as we go. But this is what I did with off-the-shelf components. And I think as far as AI goes, for me, this is the sweet spot. If I need to run a larger model than this, as you just saw, hopefully on my video on my Dell 730, I can run really large LLMs, like 70 billion parameter models on that Dell. And the response, the token rate is not bad. So those units have 48 gig of VRAM in them, whereas this one has 32 gig of I'm sorry, 24 gig of VRAM. But this is also has ray tracing and all that. It's an RTX series as opposed to a Tesla P40 series of cards. So you got to keep that in mind too. By its nature right there, you're going to get much better token response rates. And if that's all you're in this for, I'm in it more for accuracy. And man, oh man, that OSS model is really quite appealing to me. So yeah, for shits and giggles, I've fired up Invoke. I prefer Invoke. You can use whatever you want to. There's a bunch of them out there. Image generation. Some of them like the other interface. I'm not a big fan. Anyway, there's a picture of a Chihuahua, Princess Chihuahua with a tiara. And as you can see, I still have, look, I got Olama still running in the background here. And if I were to bring up a task, tell me more. Tell me more. Let's see if it works. No, might have to load that model in, and that's fine. And then we can go generate another image, couldn't we? Yeah. And while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and invoke another image. And let's see if they all work together. And it looks like they are. Cool. So it's putting a load on the system. There we go.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So I said, tell me more. And by gumption it is. Not only that, but it's still generating an image of a chihuahua with a tiara and making good progress. So it's nice to see this thing. And the temperatures are staying remarkably cooler than I thought they would. I mean, well under 70 C. In fact, they get hotter when I game than when I do inferencing. Okay, there's another image. So it completed that fairly quickly, and then we still got how many tokens? Yeah, we still got 18 tokens per second on that model, even while running the invoke to do image generation. So there's the first one, and here's another one. I don't know which I prefer. They're both beautiful. But anyway, I digress. All right, so here we are a few days later, and it's really weird how the world works. During the time I was making this video, and this has been, as you know, a series of videos about my evolution of my gaming unit from not only gaming but to finding out it was better suited to AI than having it on my server, and all these epiphanies I had. And the DGX Spark comes out, and I saw video after video after video after video. And I don't know about the rest of you, and maybe I just don't understand how this thing works, but I saw its performance was not that great. And I think it's because of the shared memory it has, the memory bandwidth. And I think Digital Spaceport kind of covered it as well too, and showed in all or most of his tests that even his 4 GPU unit outpaced the DGX Spark. And he compared what he spent on that to what he spent on the Spark, which was $4,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever they end up charging for these things. Well, let's find out. We can go click buy now, and we'll see what it's. Yeah, it's $39.99. So, I know I probably don't understand how this thing works in comparison to a unit with 2 or 4 video cards, but that's okay. I don't need to understand it. What I need to understand is something like the DGX Spark geared toward me or toward people who maybe do different LLM inferencing and that kind of thing. So I don't, again, want to talk out of my rear anus because I don't know enough about it. All I saw was on all the reviews that people were doing, the models were running quite a bit slower than models I run, even with just dual video cards and only 24 gig of VRAM. So I'll have to, as I learn more, and I understand it more, I'll explain it. But to me, I mean, I probably spent over the years a total of, I got $450 into the video cards, the motherboard's 100, CPU's 100, RAM is 100. I probably got less than $1,000 over the years into that thing, including the wonderful blingy $60 case I just bought for it. And frankly, it suits my needs just fine. So don't let the NVIDIA DGX Spark turn your head. Not yet, anyway. So I'm very happy with the performance I've gotten out of this unit. And hey, you know what? The bling speaks for itself. What can I say? There's going to be some changes coming to that area behind me. As you can see, I've had to add a power panel there. Reasons. You'll see that on an upcoming video as well. But that kind of back area is going to change a bit. I want to put that, I find myself working more and more, splitting my tasks between that table behind me and this, my desk here. So, spoilers, we got a video coming on that. But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming back to see this old guy. And, we hope you found the video entertaining and informative as always. Please click the like or the dislike button. and leave your comments in the comments section. Either way, it lets YouTube know you're watching these videos. So subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos when they come out. Also, come join us at UncieJoesPlayhouse.com or UncieJoesPlayhouse.net. Sign up on our website. We don't share your email address with any advertisers or anybody for that matter. It's just a way of keeping in contact with you should something happen to the YouTubes. And we cross-post our videos over there so you can see them on the website as well. All of our social media links are over there. If you want to be a contributor, you can do a PayPal, Patreon, whatever. If you want to make a donation, you can reach us. All of our contact information is over there. I want to thank again each and every one of you for coming back to see me. And don't forget, we'll see all of you on the other side.
I've been watching old Unky Joe. From Texas heat to where the cacti grow. Fixing server solar power in the land. Hoping that his plans all stand. Making life a touch more bright underneath those southern lights.